Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Christine, in case you are new here. And if you're new, thanks so much for stopping by. If you're one of my subscribers, I appreciate so much, guys. I am excited about this week. I get excited about all my crafts. I love crafting, but this is some Shabby Chic, so it's a little bit different from what I'm normally doing, but I like this. I might be doing more. You guys will have to let me know, comment and let me know if you like this sort of craft. Because I think I'm just going to do a variety, honestly. Try to find something other for everybody. But these are thrift finds, and they're only 3 projects. So just keep your eyes glued. You don't want to miss anything. Watch to the end. But these are beautiful. They really turned out beautiful. I'm probably going to put these in my booth, but seriously, I would have them in my home because they're so pretty. But these are thrift flips, but one kind of looks like a clock. I don't know, like somebody already did something with it. So if you have a little plastic cheap clock on hand, you might want to refurbish it into what I did. It really is beautiful. It takes some transfers. I'm using some more transfers. I got my transfers. It's 2 different sets, but I got them off of Amazon. They're everywhere, guys. I know there are really ones that are kind of expensive, and then there's Amazon, and then I've looked at Hobby Lobby. I really haven't seen anything. You guys have to let me know if you've had any luck at your Hobby Lobby finding any transfers. But anyhow, thanks for coming by. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, guys. Help me get more and more viewers. It just helps me to keep bringing you content from week to week, and like button's always good, and comments, please comment. Let me know your favorite craft. Let me know if you like this sort of crafting, or what you might want to see more of. Because I can respond to your comments, and I don't know what you guys want to watch unless you tell me. So thank you, guys. Let's do this, okay?
Our first project is this cute little mirror. Now this is cute as is, but we are going to make it over shabby chic. So I just cleaned it real good, and I'm going to do 2 coats of folk art cashmere. This is a beautiful pink. I wouldn't say baby pink, but kind of along that lines. And I even did on the mirror as well, 2 coats. So I let that dry, and I applied some folk art white wax to it, just to take some of the pink out and just give it a little pop. Now, I should have also at least done a clear coat over the mirror part, but I didn't. So then when I went to use my transfer, when I went to go pull it up, some of the paint came off the mirror, but it actually works because I would just put my transfer back down and burnish it again. So this transfer is from Decor Transfers, and it's the Garden Marvels edition, and I get these off of Amazon. And I picked this Be the Light. This is so pretty. So I just made sure that I had the top and the center and where I wanted it. And then I'm going to lay it down. And then I couldn't find my little stick that actually came with a stencil, but I have a large craft stick, tongue depressor, whatever you want to call it. So you see here, I'm doing fast speed, but you're just gonna burnish that in real well, pick up one corner and slowly lift it. If you start to lift it and the transfer is pulling up with your film, then just lay it back down and burnish it some more. So you're just gonna do that all the way around. And like I said, sometimes when I lifted it, some of the paint came up. I think you could see right there, but it's okay. It covered most of it up, and I just went back with a small paintbrush and filled in where I needed to. But if you do this project and want to transfer and paint over a mirror, which certainly can be done, I would just put my clear coat down first before I did my transfer. So anyhow, when I got that done, I am going to use two different like lace ribbons, and I've got this sisal rope that I'm going to use to tie that. And y'all, anytime you have old necklaces that you take apart, save those. You can use those for embellishments, but I actually ended up using, I'm gonna call it a cameo for sake of, I'm not sure what else you would call it. But I got this on sales one time at either Joann's or Hobby Lobby or Michael's one. So that was just in my stash. But I'm gonna make a messy bow with my ribbon, and I think I cut 4 equal lengths of each one of those ribbons, and then just tied it real tight in the center with the sisal rope. And I'm going to use a combination of hot glue and E6000 to put that down just because I want that to stay real well. And then I'm just going to work with my bow here to get it positioned like I want it to hang. And then I did the same combination of hot glue and E6000 to put my cameo on there. And y'all, this is so pretty. And I'll show you here, I'll show you at the end all of these styled. Second project. Now this looked like, you could see that little hole in the center on the back. This looked like somebody had already redone this at one time. It looked like a clock to me, like a cheap little plastic clock, because it was not wood, it was just plastic. But I'm going to just take it apart. Of course, take your glass part off in that little frame, and I'm going to do 2 coats of Dixie Belle buttercream. And I really like this color. I like white, but sometimes the whites come across real stark, and this buttercream just has this nice buttery off-white look to it. And I think it fits better with the shabby chic, and the whites to me fit better with the cottage, farmhouse, that kind of thing. So you're going to paint that little frame there as well, but 2 coats, and I even did 2 coats on the back too, just so if you flipped it over, you could see that it was finished. Again, I'm going to use transfer from the decor transfers, the Garden Marvels, and I'm going to use this pretty little bird because I love birds. I think most people do. There's something pretty about them. So, and I'm just going to find my center. So you see those two long holes, those are where the ribbon was at. So I'm just going to center it up with that and use my little craft stick again and burnish it down. And you're going to take your time with this again just to make sure everything gets down there real well. And then I am going to seal it with well, I'm going to distress it with my sanding block, my very worn sanding block. Wait till you see this thing, guys. It's very worn. I've used this. I really need to get me another one, but it works well because it doesn't have a very good grit to it anymore, so it works well for doing projects like this. At the end of these transfers, when you get them down, just take that top piece when you get through and take it and rub it down on your transfer, and that just helps to marry it down into your paint. So I'm just going to go all the way around the edges and burnish this down, and I did seal it, and then I am going to put it back together and use one of those ribbons from the last project as my hanger and run that through one hole and then down through the other. And then those had screw holes on the back too. So I'm just going to screw everything back together, the glass and the frame. And then we're finished with this project. And it is absolutely beautiful again. And I'm pretty sure this looks like it was a wall clock. So if you can find little simple plastic wall clocks, and I don't think they're hard to find at your Goodwill store or your local thrift stores, grab those and make some of these. These are beautiful. I'm gonna put this in my booth. I feel like it'll sell quick. Here I didn't. That's the back with only 1 coat. I did do a second coat on that. So I'm sorry I showed you guys before I did the second coat, but I did go back and do the second coat on it. But I feel like this is going to sell good because it is a pretty piece, and I would certainly use this in my home too. I do a mixture of different styles of decor. I'm just not one or the other. I just like a mixture just because I'll see something that I like from each style, a boho or a shabby chic or a farmhouse or country chic or whatever else you want to call them. Modern, a little touch of modern, antiques. I just like a little bit of all of it. But isn't that beautiful? And then our last project here coming up, maybe. Here we go. Okay, so this is like curtain rod hangers, and they kind of look like corbels to me. Now, if I was going to style them, and you'll see in the end, I styled them. There wasn't much weight to them, but I would style them like little bookends. So I just cleaned them up real good and used 2 coats of the buttercream again, and then I am going to take my antiquing wax and apply to hit the high spots, and you want to get in the creases as well, but don't be heavy-handed with the antique and wax unless you really want it to look it can start to look dingy and not look just aged. So I'm gonna put on my antique wax. I'm not gonna put a lot of it on at one time, and then I'm gonna immediately come back behind it with a paper towel and wipe it off. And of course, if you want more, you can always go back and apply more and wipe that off. But you just really want to hit the high points and get it into those crevices. So that's what you're doing, is just pushing it down in there so that it does look age naturally. And again, I mean, I don't know if people use these for curtain rods anymore, but you certainly could. They're very lightweight. There wasn't a whole lot to them. But I would either hang them up and use them like little corbels or either use them as bookends. I think they're adorable either way. And here we go. And pardon my books, but that one was the only one that I could find in my craft frame that was paperback, because it's not going to hold anything real heavy. So, but anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. Thanks for tuning in.